In national cemeteries across America, every day is Memorial Day. These gardens of stone serve as a reminder of the ultimate sacrifice so many have paid while honoring the call of a nation. Tom Knust honored that call, and each day he is a walking reminder that freedom truly isn't free.
Okay, thanks, Tony. I got shot in the head, so the bullet went into my helmet, into my head, then back out again.
Like many teenagers of the 60s, Tom's life and death moment came in the jungles of Vietnam. However, in a war that divided America over its reasoning and prosecution, Tom was not drafted into the conflict, he enlisted.
I was 19 and I chose the Marines because if I was going to go in the service, I wanted to go where I thought was probably the toughest and maybe what would see the most action, most combat.
Tom landed in Vietnam with 2nd Battalion, 9th Marines, 3rd Division, and less than 3 weeks into his tour, his squad was caught in an ambush. He remembers vividly what it felt like when he was shot in the head.
It was like just somebody taking a sledgehammer and hitting you. And that's what I thought. Somebody just hit me over the head with a sledgehammer. And then everything went dark, and then I thought to myself, well, this is how you die. And then I remember just laying there on the stretcher before the helicopter started coming in to evacuate us. I remember a lot of body bags that were ready to be evacuated too.
His severe head wound had resulted in paralysis on his right side. He would rehabilitate for the next half a year.
Eventually my arm came back and my leg came back. My ankle, my toes, my foot, I can't move it. That never came back. And then like my right side always feels like I have a lot of weight, like I have 20 or 30 pounds tied to my arm or my leg. It feels heavy.
With his military service over, Tom embarked on a career in horse racing. Now the man who answered his country's call so long ago takes calls as the agent for jockey Patrick Valenzuela.
Honestly, I could do anything on the racetrack and be happy. It doesn't have to be a jock's agent or a racing secretary. I probably could go back rubbing horses and I'd be happy. Just as long as it's on the racetrack.
And in horse racing, Tom has found a shared experience both on and off the racetrack.
The stories they have, it's amazing. I mean, we're talking about the military and everything, and you've got Ivan Puich, who's an agent who served in World War II. Leonard Dorfman, about their war experiences in World War II. It's incredible. Dan Lander works for Ron McAnally. He has a daughter that served over in Iraq in the Army. John Sheriffs was over there. I mean, so you've got a lot of people like within the military, people that work on the track and have really interesting stories to tell.
For Tom, the Purple Heart he was awarded for his injuries sustained in combat helped tell much of his story.
It means a lot. It signifies that, you know, you shed blood for your country. The whole thing I think that it represents is all the people from our generation, that have fought for whatever reason. These are people that had their whole life ahead of them to live, and they could have had kids and family. I think that with me being lucky and escaping death, that I got to try to take full advantage and try to do the right thing now, and that I have the luxury, you know, to have children and grandchildren and not take it for granted.